How you doing, guys? Clarence Lee Jr., author of the upcoming book Persist and creator of the Impact, Purpose, and Destiny seminar series. And we are in a fear curriculum right now. These last few weeks, I've been sharing messages about fear and why I think knowing or understanding fear and busting through fear is a very critical piece to your personal development and a very critical piece to you moving forward and bringing the value you want to the world, because where you have fear is actually where you need to grow. So today's video is going to be about where actually does fear come from, because everybody's not fearful in every aspect, the same areas in each life. So each person's life. So each person has specific areas that they're fearful in. And you say, well, why has a person developed fear in this, whereas this person has developed fear in this? And so I'm just going to give you a big global overview of some of the reasons why fear comes in. And one of the number one reasons is this fear of inadequacy, or this fear that you are not enough. And so you say, well, where does this fear of me not being enough? And I think in a sense it comes natural, right? Because we live we live in a great community. We live in a community. We live in huge countries, okay? And so for us to break off and do something extraordinary or exemplary away from everyone else, there's energy there, and there takes a lot of effort to do that. And so, for a person to feel that they're the one that needs to go out and be the champion or be number one or be the best, that takes a specific mindset. So I think naturally, like the community, you want to blend in, you want to be the same, and in a sense that makes, you could get a natural thought that you are inadequate, or you don't have enough to be that person, or this person has more than you, so they need to be that person. So this feeling of inadequacy and how, that the lack of confidence in yourself then develops into this fear. So this fear of failure, or fear of judgment, or fear of being ostracized, or somebody not agreeing with you, right? But you can hone it back to this idea of inadequacy. Another thing that comes in from fear, or that fear is rooted in, and that's a sense of unworthiness. And I talk a lot about being unworthy, or this feeling of you being unworthy, because if you feel like you're unworthy of something, then you're going to have fear as you pursue that. Even though that may be a desire of yourself, if you don't feel that you're worthy of it, then you're going to have a fear with moving toward that, right? Because you think that, oh, I'm not worthy, or if I get it, I'm going to lose it, or say it's going to be taken away from me, or I'm not going to be smart enough to keep it, or things like that, right? So this idea of, I'm not worthy. One, maybe I'm not adequate enough. I don't have enough within myself. I don't have what it takes, right? If you ever thought of yourself as not having what it takes, this is what I'm talking about. And then the next thing is this sense of, am I worthy of this? Am I worthy of that success that I want? Am I worthy of that financial goal? Am I worthy of that specific person? Right? So fear can be rooted in some of these some of these dark areas of our lives, and some of these dark thoughts that come up in many of our lives. But here's the idea with fear. Fear comes from some of these really deep-rooted places, and sometimes it's experiences that we had growing up, or sometimes it's one traumatic situation that happened to us that then is not addressed appropriately initially, and then it develops into a fear, or this anxiety-provoking area of our life. Now, here's the idea with fear and where it comes from. There are specific things that have happened to us, or thoughts that come up, which make us feel this way. But fear is just a feeling. It isn't a state of being. It doesn't have to be a state of being. So what do I mean by that? I can feel fearful and still act courageously. So I want everyone to understand, fear comes from these places, and fear will make you feel a certain way. But the idea is it's not just about how you feel. It's really about the actions and what you do in response to that fear. So fear comes from these deep, dark rooted places. The feeling comes from that. The action comes from our belief. What do we believe about ourselves, or what do we believe is possible from the actions that we take? So the idea is, don't let fear make you steal or keep you at the starting line. Don't let fear keep you from getting in the game. Don't let fear keep you from speaking what you want. Don't let fear keep you from thinking what you want. Don't let fear keep you from feeling that you're adequate or from thinking that you're adequate. Don't let fear keep you from thinking that you're worthy. So we understand where fear comes from. We understand fear is just a feeling. At the end of the day, the results, your life is going to be based on what you do, not how you feel. You can feel fearful and still act courageous. I hope this video was impactful for you, and I hope that it brought some value to you. Please comment down below if you have any thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you want to hear me speak about any other topics, I'd love to work some of those in on my content calendar. And, I just want to thank you guys for putting in the time, doing the work, trying to move yourself forward, and doubling down on you and doing the personal development work that's going to make your life great. Okay, because at the end of the day, you can watch these videos and you can share these thoughts, but it's going to be the person that takes the action, internalizes it, and then busts through the fear. That's going to be the person that's going to get the results and is going to get the success and is going to attract to themselves what they want out of life. Okay, so I just honor you guys for being here, doing the work, getting on your fear curriculum, and putting the list of things that you're going to crush this next year. The fears you're going to remove from your life, these barriers that you're going to remove from your life, so that you're able to live that fulfilled life that you want. I look forward to speaking to you guys on the next video. Take care.